know the basic differences between medical and non-medical home care? If not, no worries, because I am happy to share that information with you. Here from Aging Your Way. I have worked in the home care industry for over 20 years as a physical therapist, and I owned a home health agency for 8 years. While I didn't include every single difference between medical and non-medical home care in the video today, I do cover the 8 most important differences that you need to know. You want a quick breakdown of the differences between medical and non-medical home care? Please continue watching. But if you need more detailed information about any of the things that I discussed today, please go to agingyourway.net and read my 3-part blog series or watch the 3-part video series titled Confused About Home Care? You are not alone. On to the differences between medical and non-medical home care that everyone should know.
To make it easy and convenient for you, I created a document with the information I'm about to share. It's located at agingyourway.net under the Resources tab. Tenets of medical home health care. It is also referred to as certified home care, skilled home care, or sometimes just home health. Non-medical home care is also referred to as non-certified home care, private duty home care, private pay home care, or in-home care. Medical home health care is covered by medical insurance such as Medicare, Blue Cross Blue Shield, etc., if it is ordered by a physician. An exception to this would be that the client and the home health agency must meet the criteria set by the medical insurance company for the services to be covered. Non-medical home care is usually not covered by medical insurance. The services are typically paid for by the client, and there are a few alternate funding sources available for those who qualify. Exceptions to this are that you should check your individual medical insurance plan, as a few are starting to cover a limited amount of non-medical home care services such as personal care and homemaking. Examples of this would be that some auto payers and workman's compensation payers may cover a limited amount of what is typically considered non-medical home care. Again, check with your individual plan and coverage. For medical home health care, the services must be ordered by a physician. In some states, a physician's assistant or nurse practitioner may order the home health services, and they can still be covered by the medical insurance company. This is always important to verify with the medical home health care agency you are receiving services from. For non-medical home care, a physician order is usually not required. Exceptions to this would be that certain payers, such as the Veterans Administration or a Medicaid waiver program, may require a physician order for or oversight of the care that's being provided to you. For medical home health care, it is usually short-term, typically 2 to 3 visits per week for approximately 4 to 8 weeks on average, but this can certainly vary, less or more weeks depending on your specific needs. Exceptions to this would be that certain services such as monthly catheter changes are covered long-term for a home care nurse to complete by the medical insurance company if the person meets certain criteria such as being homebound. For non-medical home care, the length of care varies from weeks to years based on the client's needs. For medical home health care, the care is provided in a visit model. So the nurse or therapist who is visiting you may only be in your home for approximately 30 to 60 minutes on average. Now, some exceptions might be that a few medical insurance plans may cover some hourly nursing care for specific diagnoses or specific situations. It's important to check with your individual plan and coverage to verify. For non-medical home care, the care is typically provided in an hourly model, meaning that the caregiver is usually in your home for several hours at a time. Exceptions could be that there are some home care agencies that may choose to offer alternate models to the typical hourly model of care. Medical home health care dictates that all staff providing care must be licensed or certified by the state in which they practice. This is a regulation set by Medicare and the other medical insurance companies. For non-medical home care, most staff are caregivers or aides and are not required to be licensed or certified. Exceptions to this could be for non-medical home care that if you are receiving nursing or therapy such as physical, occupational, or speech therapy through one of the payers I mentioned earlier, such as auto or workman's comp. If you're receiving services from a clinician like this, they must be licensed in the state in which they practice. For medical home health care to be covered by the insurance companies, the client must be homebound. You can find a link to the description of what homebound means in the description comments below. Exceptions to this could be that a few medical insurance plans do not require strict adherence to the homebound criteria, but know that Medicare does require strict adherence. Medicare will not pay for medical home health care if you don't meet the homebound criteria. For non-medical home care, there is no homebound requirement. And lastly, for medical home health care, they are rated by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services on quality through a 5-star rating system. This applies to all certified home healthcare agencies in the United States. The only exception to this would be a newer agency that has only been around for a year or two, may not have a CMS rating yet, as it can take a few years for them to be added into the CMS rating system. For non-medical home care, there is no national rating system for non-medical home care agencies to indicate the quality or customer service rating.
If you would like more information about the differences between medical and non-medical home care, please go to agingyourway.net. Under the Resources tab, there is a great tip sheet titled Home Care Comparison Chart that outlines the differences I discussed in this video, and I will put a link in the description. If you would like help with determining if you or your loved one needs home care, feel free to click on the Services tab of the website to learn more about our Aging Advisor services. The initial 30-minute virtual consultation is always free. Thank you so much for your time. Feel free to leave a comment below if there are other topics like this that you would like me to address. And don't forget to like and subscribe below as well.